What's up? I'm sorry for the delay. It's like 6:05 now, but I was trying to do it from the other computer. It just didn't work out. So yeah, now I'm here. Hey, Entertainment Hub. Hey, Nazbul, Chintan Shah, Atul Aditya, Vaishali Joshi, Rahul Rao. All right. So we have the house full. Quite a few people are watching. All right. I understand you guys must be having a lot of questions. Not so great today, so it might rain real soon, and if that happens, then of course like the whole lighting will get disturbed. Hey Ritankar, hey Mohit, do German companies require any medical tests for freshers? Most of the times they don't require any medical tests, so like you don't have to worry about it. Is it necessary to know? So like it's just a second, like let's chill out with the questions. How is the weather? Like, where are you? Where are you from? Just write the city where from you're watching. Right now it's like Hamburg. I'm like with my fan because it's just like really hot today. It is like bad. Okay, Stuttgart. All right, so we have people from Stuttgart. Nice. Pondicherry. That's also interesting. Just a second. Let's let people join in, and then we will start. We will start again. All right, Gujarat. Sivashish, why aren't you replying on WhatsApp? All right, so the thing is, I haven't checked my WhatsApp since last 2 months now, so it has to be updated, and I have to like just check all of the messages and all of that stuff again, which I don't think I would, because like in some groups the messages are around like 1,000 or like 2,000 and stuff. I think I would rather create like Telegram groups because they are more manageable. I will be also changing my number and stuff. So yeah, I think I would like make some big changes in general. Like I also want to change the phone, blah, blah, blah. All right, so Kerala, Hyderabad. We had some from Hyderabad. I think in general there are a lot of people from Hyderabad because even when we had our meetups, Hyderabad was the biggest, like by far. Assam. All right, we have people from Northeast too. Jaipur, Punjab. Awesome. All right, so have you heard of any guy who got rejection because of backlogs in Bachelor? Actually, I have, not because of the backlogs actually, but because of the grade he had in Bachelor's. So there was a guy who got rejection because of that. All right, so Haryana, Bangalore, Rajasthan, Surat, Gwalior, Kolkata. All right, great. So we have warmed up a bit. Let's get the important things done. Let's start with your questions now. So let's relax a bit. Like, don't just go completely insane. I will also toggle some timestamps so that we know. All right, so let's start with the questions. Bharat, can we get scholarships for living expenses as well? Most of the times when you get scholarships, like it does include also like your monthly expenses, but the monthly expenses they will consider to be around like 300 euros or something. So it really depends from scholarship to scholarship. So for example, if you apply for the Deutschland Stipendium, like the German academic scholarship, there you will only get 300 euros per month, like no matter how many expenses you're having. But if you get something from DAD, you get a proper DAD fellowship, then also your living expenses will be covered. Sometimes even your flight is covered. Like that's also really nice. Okay, so what is the salary of an accountant? Are in demand in German? Come on, like formulate the question properly. Accountants in general are not very much in demand in Germany because like you need to know the German way of bookkeeping. like we learn it in our MBA. Like we have German norms which we have to follow, and the international norms don't really apply here. So that is the first problem. Then second is of course German. Like if you take somebody from any like third world country, like who doesn't have much experience in German, then they will also have problem in getting used to the German culture. And like the German and the company doesn't really want to like invest so much money inside in somebody who has to like first learn the German way of doing things, and then like let him do stuff. So in general, I don't think like accountants, like if you're coming from India, it would be really like useful in Germany, because they're already like BWL, it's a course in Germany, or like economics, it is in really high demand, and there are a lot of students doing it. So like accountants, people who are in marketing, who are in sales, they don't generally have problems in finding a job. So Shantanu, is there racism? I don't know. You don't see that in daily life. So like maybe there are people who like experience it, but like from my experience, I haven't really seen anything like that. All right, like there are people who like get annoyed once a while or something, but in general, like it's just yeah, like nobody really cares. Everything's fine. All right, which are the soft skills like CATIA or SolidWorks or MATLAB, Python do I need to know to apply in German companies? So like the main softwares that you need to know, like especially if you're coming from engineering, is like ANSYS you need to know. You need to also know MATLAB. Python is always a plus. SolidWorks is nice. If you're like a lot of German companies use that. Yeah, but again, like it really depends from company to company. So like some companies who aren't really big, they would rather want to have a software who is also like, who is also not selling a lot of copies and stuff like that, so that if they have a personal demand, they can talk to the software developer and they can like get them included in the next update of the software. So for example, like some mid-range companies who are doing structural engineering or something, they will be completely fine if they are using some kind of low-tech software. But like again, if it's accurate, bigger companies, for example, Strabag, Bilfinger, or something like that, they will again use like AutoCAD or Revit and stuff like that. All right. What could be the major reasons for student visa rejection? To be honest, most of the times they don't reject students. I think like it's really rare cases. It's like 98% of the time or 99% of the time you do get a visa without any problems at all. Rather 99.5% of the times. Sometimes the problem could be if the balance that you're showing in your account is less, like in the Indian, to prove that you have a reason to come back to India after you have completed your studies in Germany. All right. Question. RJ Falin, if I did 3-year BCom in Delhi, do I have to do again in Germany or only masters? And is there job for sales and finance? Of course, there's job for sales and finance. Like every company who is selling anything, they cannot work without marketing, without sales, or without finance. Like it has to be there. So after BCom, I think the best thing is that you work for a while and then you can come here, after 3 years of work experience or something, then you can do an MBA. And like you can do an MBA, it's just a 1-year course, and like you can learn German on the side, and then like finding a job isn't really difficult. All right, I'm really sorry, like there are too many messages coming in right now, so like it's skipping. भाई overpopulation पे एक वीडियो, भाई और कितनी गालियां सुनाएगा, बस बहुत हो लिया. रिजर्वेशन वालों से सोच रहा हूँ अभी थोड़ा पिंडा छूट जाए, फिर उसके बाद देखता हूँ. Please tell about foreign currency loan. Saurabh, what exactly do you mean by that? All right. Hi, I got 6 in listening and writing, 6.5 in speaking, and 7 in reading. I make 6.375 overall and band score of 6.5. Some universities want 6.5 or more in IELTS, whether am I eligible for that or not. So the thing is, like, for IELTS, like when the universities say like we need 6.5 IELTS, which is the general like limit that every university wants. Some universities like in Freiburg, they also want 7. So the thing is, like, if you have 6.5, you meet the requirement. That's it. If you have better score than 6.5, if you have 7, if you have 8, it will not increase your chances of acceptance. The only difference it makes is actually if you're eligible or not. If you're below 6.5, then you're not eligible. The universities will not consider you most of the times. And if you have above 6.5, then you're eligible. Like, it's simple. No big drama there. All right. How to give JEE effectively? हाँ भाई, मैं एक नंबर का आदमी हूँ उस चीज के लिए पूछने के लिए. First of all, like, I would really say, JEE, IIT, or like we used to have AIEEE at our time. It really doesn't matter how you scored there. Like, I've seen people who come from private universities and they establish a really good life for themselves. Like, of course, not in India. In India, the situation is bad. I think in general, like Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, Bhutan, Nepal, like all these countries, I don't really see a future there at all as long as you're not working in the public sector. मेरा कमेंट्स पढ़ ले, यही बड़ी बात है इस चैट में. पढ़ लिया भाई समी. So yeah, that's the thing. So I've also seen people who have really bad rank, and then they did their bachelor's and something in private universities, and then afterwards they come for master in some universities abroad, and they're working in good companies. They are earning great, and they have good work-life balance now. So I don't think like this JEE and other stuff really matters. Like, don't really worry about it. Whatever grades you get, like, there is going to be backlash from the parents, from the friends, and stuff like that for a while. But otherwise, it's all great. Like, it just happens for a few days, and then afterwards, everybody's for themselves. It really depends on how you make your own path as an individual. Then you just say, hey, whatever happened to me, it is the fault of the university I went to and to the course I studied. That shouldn't really be the thought process. Like, it wouldn't bring you anywhere. Brahan Tyson, how to book a visa appointment? I think it is really easy. Like, you just have to go to the VFS and they have given you the phone line. You just call it and book the appointment. Most of the times you have to wake up at 3:30 or something and then call them, because otherwise it's like not really working. All right. Why don't you speak in Hindi? Ram Gopal Tiwari. Like, this question really annoys me, because I think people really forget that in South India, most of the students, or like most of the people, they don't speak Hindi. They speak, like, the only common thing we speak is English. So like, that's why, so that I can communicate with everybody, and not just like Indians. I think like also people who are in other countries, if they're watching this and stuff like that, it makes more sense to talk in English. Why should I speak in Hindi? I wanted to make a separate channel for that. Well, that's another story. All right, Vaishali Joshi, hey, what is the scope for ENTC in Germany? Well, again, this is something I have honestly never heard about. ENTC, electronics and telecommunication. All right, this is a new way of writing things. So I think like for electronics, it's still not that great. I mean, there are already a lot of German people who are doing this in Germany, like this Elektrotechnik it's called. For communication, I think you can definitely try. I think communication has still like better chances than electronics in Germany. Pratik Deshmukh, bhai, I love you. Jaldi hi milenge Germany mein. Bilkul bhai, aaja. Hamburg aa jao. Bhai, cycle zyada dur nahi jati. Can you share your email ID? Yeah, my email ID is hello@bharatingermany.com. You can also find it in the group. In the YouTube thing. Yeah, there is a thing. All right, question. In my college, the papers are checked strictly. What can we do to make our case stronger? PS, I'm second in a branch and my pointers are 7.8. All right, so the problem is you can't really do anything there. The universities, this is the conversation I had with the HOD of my department, and she said it doesn't really matter from which private university, public university, which university you come from, if the professors were checking it like very strictly or if they were very lenient, because honestly in THH we have students who have 9.8 CGPA, and I cannot understand like how can they have 9.8 CGPA in India, as long as they're not studying like private universities, because otherwise like most of the times like in the universities or colleges in India, the checking is really strict and you cannot get grades like that. So like with 7.8 it's difficult. I would rather suggest that you come for a German speaking master's program. That's way better. All right, Germany is quite known for its anti-Semitism. How much of a racism is towards Indians? So, all right, like the thing with anti-Semitism is like you have to know that the person is a Jew before like you can discriminate against him, right? So like he's still a white person. So like I don't think like it's a fair comparison if you think about anti-Semitism and racism like in general, because like there could also be a brown person who is a Jew, or like there could also be a brown person who is Christian or whatever, but they could still be discriminated against because of their skin color or something. And I think in general like racism is common in the areas where the people are earning less, the society isn't like really well financially. But otherwise I think in general you don't have to worry about it. Like I'm living here now since it's been more than 2 years now, and everything's great. Like just once, one or two times we had somebody who was giving us the weird eye, but other than that it's great. Like nobody bothers you, you can do your own thing. And not like in India, if you are running around with a camera in your hand, that everybody will start looking at you and say, hey, what are you doing? All right, how to make our Indian SIM work in Germany for use OTP? Which service will be cheaper? I'm using BSNL now. All right, so what I did was I left my phone in India with my parents. So if I needed an OTP or something, I would just like call them and like arrange everything before and then do it. So I think, yeah, I think like also, for example, for banking and stuff, you can also give the German phone number. So like that's what I did recently. I gave my German phone number for the banking, and yeah, if there's a OTP or something or any kind of messages, they come directly to my number here. All right, sir. Currently, I'm a maintenance engineering company, but with this, I'm studying operation management with distant education. Will it help me to get a job in Germany? The thing is, Ronak, like you can have any kind of qualification, but unless those qualifications are German or you have great proficiency in German, they wouldn't really matter in Germany. Like even students here who are international, they also face the problem, like they have a master's degree, they have a bachelor's degree from a German university. But if they did it in English and they didn't really do it in German, or they didn't even learn German, like then afterwards in the job search, they get a lot of problems regarding that. All right, Mezad Irani, I want to study in German taught program from where can I learn the technical terms in India? All right, so Mezad, the thing is, for these kind of things, there are proper like glossaries that you can use. So, for example, you first of all figure out what is the German name for the engineering field that you're studying or that you want to study in Germany. So, for example, mechanical engineering is Maschinenbau, your civil engineering is Bauingenieurwesen. So, first of all, you figure that out, and then you just write, hey, Glossar, or like technische Begriffe or something like that. Just translate your English keywords to the German ones and then search, and you will definitely find a lot of lists. Like I found that for civil engineering, and it wasn't really difficult. All right, Susme Das, I didn't get my response yet. The thing is, Susme, like if you would have posted your question already, maybe I would have come across that. All right, Pranav G is asking, after doing MCA from India, can I get a job in Germany? For computer science like fields or like computer application fields, I think getting a job, it's easier in Germany, and you don't really have to, yeah, do so much grind or hustle. For other fields, for example, I think the most difficult would be for people who are coming from law, who are coming from commerce and stuff like that, because these are the kind of things which are really individualized. So like every country will have their own norms, but for computer fields, it's not really that big of a deal. Rather, just like spend some time learning German along with your programming languages. All right, scope for CAs in Germany, please suggest additional course. Ruchi, the thing is, CA isn't really recognized in Germany, so like you have to do some extra courses to get your degree recognized here. And like I don't really know much about it. I think you can just Google more, and if you have some questions, you can write to me. World's viral news: scope for civil engineering. There is no scope for civil engineering anywhere. I remember people, my batchmates who studied with us, and now they're just getting 15,000 rupees per month or something after doing BTech from a good government university. And like in general, like even in Germany, civil engineers are the lowest paid engineers of all the engineers in Germany. So scope, I think if you're talking about vacancies, it's great. Scope, if you're talking about the payment, I don't think it's that great. And I think like maybe you can earn more money in some other country than in Germany. Bharat Bhaiya, I got CSE branch in your college, right inside. Bhai Sab, khas hai. So I don't know if many of you know, but I studied in Deen Bandhu Choturam University of Science and Technology. It's called Baycrest, Murthal. And there was this dude who got the CSE branch. The CSE branch has the most girls, so I think 4 years will be fun for you. In civil engineering, it was just like girls quota. I think the worst was mechanical engineering. Electrical was also bad, but CSE, that's fine. All right. Manjush Bamankar, question: can I give Goethe A1 exam without joining classes? Um, yeah, Manjush, it's not an issue at all. Like I rather gave B1 without taking any kind of classes from Goethe or like anywhere at all. Like I failed in B1 and then I cleared B2, and then afterwards test stuff. Yeah, in test stuff 2 I failed once, and then afterwards I cleared it. Um, all right, Muhammad Khalil Siddiqui, Bharat, why don't you make a video on masters in ECE? Please make a video on that. I think I have made a video on masters in from ECE, and there was the one with Ankit, who is studying embedded systems in TU Chemnitz, and then there was another one, also like from TU Chemnitz, and he's also like studying, I think, yeah, something similar. So I think for ECE there is a video, you can check it. All right, just a second. All right, these are like pretty redundant questions. If you ask about your chances, like it wouldn't really help. I'm telling you, it's the same thing. Like I'm not, I'm not going to be in the admission committee, and I cannot really tell you, what kind of chances you have and stuff like that. Himanshu Yadav, thanks for shout out something. Rahul Badalkar, you missed my super chat. I didn't see. I'm really sorry. Yeah. Is Germany good for CSE jobs? Also, how is TUM? Yeah. Okay. So Rahul, the thing is, in general, if you're thinking about coming here and studying, I would like always go for like RWTH. I think I will also write it down. I will also like RWTH, TUM, and KIT. I think these are one of the best institutes that you can study in. Like everybody knows here about their value. And also you can check out more at CHE site rankings. You can do this too. All right. भाई साहब यहाँ पे लोग छोरी पटाने की बात कर रहे हैं। भाई साहब पढ़ाई लिखाई कर ले पहले थोड़ी बहुत, छोरी संभालनी थोड़ी आसान हो जाएगी, पैसे कहाँ से कमाएगा नहीं तो। Bro, tell me masters in human resource and also job chances in Germany. Uh, Again, like for human resources, I don't think it's a huge problem that if you don't have great German or if you haven't studied in Germany, I think like that's pretty much okay. Job chances for human resources aren't really that great. Like these days, it's more about marketing and sales. I think like they are more on the rise, and also like in general, like all of these consulting jobs, they are also great. All right, so Anish Khanna has been asking for quite a while for. So I think like for automotive, I would like hands down, if you have a good profile, if you have like around 8.5 grades or something, 8.7, and if you have some good GRE score, I would always go for RWTH, like no doubt there. I wouldn't even like consider anything else. How is MEM course in Germany? Thing is like, why will I say it's bad? It's great. Like I'm doing the same course, I'm doing an engineering and management course, and I wouldn't do it like if it wouldn't be great, or I would have to struggle for a job after that. That still could be the case, but I hope not. All right. Masters in agriculture. Yeah, masters in agriculture. I think most of the times this exact course in general is more in German. I think there are just 4 courses in entire Germany who are offering masters in agriculture, and that too in English. All right, so there's this guy with a lot of emojis. Not getting visa slot in Bangalore. Totally disheartened. Any suggestions, Bharat? SRJ, to be honest, for like people in Bangalore, they are having problems in general, and I think they also scrapped this thing of like, I think you could reschedule visa appointments and something like that. So I don't really know much about this specific case. I think you can come to our group and like write in the group and see like how people got it, because there have been people who like mention in the group, they say, hey, I got a visa today, or I got a visa appointment and stuff like that. So you can just talk to them and see what's up. Lincoln Sherpa, do we have to pay tax for pets? That's an interesting question. Yeah, for pets, you have to pay taxes. But for example, you don't have to do that for cats. You can have 3, 4, 5 cats. It's all fine. Nobody will bother you. But if you're having a dog, then you have to pay dog taxes. And I think that dog tax is around 120 euros per year, at least like for Hamburg. And it also like depends from which state you're living in. So for Hamburg, it's like 120 euros. For others, it could just vary. But like for cats, there is not a problem. You can get cats as many as you want. All right. Pratik Gupta is just writing reply, and not a question at all. Sanket Dhumal, sir, just passed in business administration with 50%. भाई साहब, संकेत क्या कर रहा था? पढ़ाई लिखाई नहीं कर रहा था क्या? 50% कैसे आते हैं बिजनेस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में? मेरे को बता दे. To get college for MBA in Germany with 50%, it's very difficult. It is honestly very difficult. Like I wouldn't even like joke there. What things to keep in mind for masters for a diploma field? Masters for a diploma field. All right. So I think the main thing is that you choose courses which are a bit lenient in regards of how much credits you need to earn per subject. So for example, they say, hey, for maths, you need to have 12 ECTS or like 12 credits in your university course. And because you're from diploma, you wouldn't have done like the mathematics 1 and 2, and you couldn't really like show the transcripts for that. So that could be a problem. But I think in general, like if you're like a diploma student and like did your bachelor's and stuff, then again the same documents come for you. Then they're going to be your transcript, your diploma certificate, like when you also like your 10th certificate and things like that. So it wouldn't really vary that much. Anish Kanahesh Lagamia. All right, I told you, like Anish, it's like RWTH, KIT, and what else? TU Munich. I think like not even TU Munich. I think Ingolstadt is also really good for automotive. So yeah, like there you have it. Hey Bharat, what if? Hey Bharat, what if Germany reintroduces tuition fee? Yeah, Jack. The thing is, if Germany reintroduces tuition fee, then you can't really do anything. You know, like it is their right; they can do it, and we as foreigners, like we might have to pay more. And this is the same situation everywhere. Like look at Canada, look at US. Everybody's paying more for the education there, and the international students they are paying way more. So my brother, he's doing like he did his diploma in accounting and stuff like in accounting, and then afterwards, because the bachelor's fee was so damn high for people who were international students and don't have a permanent residency, he decided to go for a job. He will get a job for a few months. He's doing a job right now, and then once he has his permanent residency, then he's going to start with his bachelor's again. So I think in general, like education is pretty expensive everywhere other than Germany. So I wouldn't really be surprised if they decide to, raise the fees afterwards. It's completely, it's completely feasible. Like they can do it. Ajit Sharma, Karan this side from Clausthal. Hey Karan, I remember you in the Delhi meetup. All right, so hey Bharat, you haven't gone in depth about SOP and LOR. Junaid, the thing is, I have done it in the Facebook groups already. I've talked about the SOP, and also I think I've given the guidelines for SOP in the group. It's in the file section, and for LOR, I think this is an interesting topic, but again, it's just a bit too boring. So like I don't really touch it most of the times. Blue Brad, is Berlin better than Munich? I don't know. This is a difficult question. So Berlin definitely has some advantages. That is, like Berlin is cheaper according to rents. Food in general, like, is also cheaper in Berlin. It's even cheaper than in Hamburg. So like that's also great. What else? In Munich, everything is expensive. Every single thing is expensive. People are more like, I think, egoistic. They also like really take care of how they're dressing. So like most of the times you wouldn't see people who are dressed up in a bad fashion or who are wearing not so expensive clothes. Like most of them, they will be wearing clothes which cost a lot. So I think in general, like Berlin could be nice if you are more on the hippie side and you don't want people to be looking at you all the time. So I think like Berlin could be nicer for you. Munich is for the people who have a lot of money and who want to have that kind of lifestyle. So like Berlin and Munich, they're like completely different sides of the strings. Paris wrote something. I missed the question here. All right, Paris. Bharat bhai, thanks for your support. Got admitted in MSc Management without IELTS. Got the IELTS waiver letter from the TUM. Will it be any problem during visa? How the job market in management? No, it wouldn't be a problem at the visa time. Like you just show the university admission letter and also like your IELTS this waiver letter or like your medium of instruction certificate, and that isn't really a problem. Like for management, the job market is great, of course, but you need to know German, to be honest. Like otherwise, I wouldn't really support you in this decision to go for like management alone, because if you don't have German proficiency, then it's like really difficult to get a job afterwards. And also, I think in management, I would rather focus towards marketing because it's also like one of the most paid jobs. in Germany? No. How can you graduate a 4-year course at the age of 20? How can't you? I like in India, not at 20. I think I graduated with 21. Yeah, I think with 21. So like when we are 16 in India, like you already are done with your 12th grade, and then from 17 till 21, or like yeah, from 17 till 21, you are studying in the university and you're done. With 23, you have your masters. So that's nice. Aryan Suri, whether one should pursue bachelor's in management or economics from Germany, management or economics. I think I would rather go for economics, because like management, it's a really vague thing. You don't really learn anything there. With economics, at least you will be having some kind of core competency that you can bring to the company, that you know, like that you can tell, hey, you know, I at least know these things. With management, everything is just really vague, and you know, everybody can do management. It's not really a science, it's more like common sense. So if you have the choice, I would rather go um, for your economics thing, not for the management part. What is the scope of biotech? Don't know. Hi, MSCS project management Germany. That's strange. 100% I know in Delhi finished schooling by 18. Really? Okay, no, that's, I don't think that's true. Like maybe it's true now. In general, I think yeah, at our time we used to like finish with 16 or something. With 17, I think I was in my first year of university. All right, Aryan, I already responded to your question. Job opportunity after material science and engineering. Again, Google is your best friend. How many band required in German university? Bro, what is the prospects for CA? Oh man, these questions, like, they aren't really interesting, and I think most of those questions can be answered by a Google search, to be honest. This is just laziness. Huh. Do you watch UFC? Now, this is something interesting, which I haven't really heard of. Let me see what UFC is again. Ultimate Fighting Championship. Nah, never heard of it. Thanks for letting me know. I'm a bit smarter now. How is MBBS there? Like most of the people, they don't really recommend doing MBBS from Germany because it's expensive. Aryan Suri, can you save this video? My internet dished me. Yeah, Aryan, don't worry. It will be up for replay after the video is done. Don't worry about it. Architecture undergraduate in Germany. Yeah. What do you want to know about that? So, have you guys already, if one could afford MBBS there, yeah, then come. Who is saying anything? Like it's always better to come to a country like earlier, because then you have the time to actually settle in, you know. Otherwise, if you come in masters or something and then you don't have any idea of how the country works and how the education system works, of course it takes some time, like a few months, till you can just really let everything sink in. But otherwise, it's better. It's always better to do a bachelor's in Germany, or like whatever country you want to study in. Hey Prini, everything's going great. No more drama. Meanwhile, I'm chilling out. What I've decided is, like, now I have 2 months, you know. So in these 2 months till the university starts again, Hamburg has been a city which I haven't really explored a lot. So I think like that is definitely on my list today. I went around like 40 kilometers with cycle, and I saw a lot of cool places. I even saw like a herd of sheep in Hamburg, which I didn't really think it was possible. Then there was this place where you had like 8 to 10 rows of apple trees, and it was really really fun. I just like took apple, ate it. It was just so nice. I was actually looking for raspberries. If I could find some raspberries, I couldn't. No. Yeah, but I think like tomorrow I'm going to go towards other direction. I think I will vlog, but again, it all depends on my energy level, how it is going to be. But in general, like these 60 days, I'm trying to, I will try to just, how do I even say? Jesus, like, that's the problem. Like, I know the word in German, verbringen, all right, like spend. Yeah, that happens when you live here long enough, and then afterwards you cannot really understand what language you want to use, and also because there's so much text going on this chat side, and sometimes it's just, yeah, it's weird. So Mohit Batra, who are your favorite singers? I don't think it would be somebody you would know at all, because I don't really follow the big artists. I try to follow the ones who are like, who like have talent, but they don't have the attention yet. So I think one of the really cool singers is like Jacob Pavik. I don't think you know about it. There's also this Common Jack. He's also nice. Jason Mraz, of course. I also love his songs. Hey Bharat, do you listen to Rammstein? No. I tried once, just for a few seconds. I just couldn't do it again. झज्जर कब आएगा भाई? पता नहीं कब आऊंगा झज्जर. अभी तो इंडिया में आने वाला है, कुछ प्लान नहीं लग रहा. हम जनरल वालों का कोई फ्यूचर नहीं है इंडिया में भाई. That's what I 100% believe. I don't think people who are from general category will be having a future in India. It is just going to be more like a country where like everybody who has reservation is on the top positions, and everybody who doesn't is, yeah, just going to different countries. That's how it's going to be. I think it's already started. Many people are annoyed because they see reservation as an opportunity, not even they see it as a equality in outcomes rather than equality in opportunities. Like you already have the equal opportunities as soon as you got reservation for your bachelor's, that's there. Like you have equal opportunities now. What else do you need? But again, I think afterwards, when they also want you to have reservation in jobs, and then you need to have reservation in promotions, and then you need to have reservation in any fucking thing, then it's just annoying. It's just stupid. I don't think it is the right way to handle a country. So India is pretty much, I honestly don't believe that India is going to do anything productive in the next coming years, given the kind of scenario it is having right now, the politics, the journalism. I don't know if you're watching Dhruv's videos, but like it's just sad. Like people are actually resigning from their positions, and the media freedom is almost like an all-time low. And between all of that, you can't really think about the country doing well, to be honest. भाई हिसार से कोई रिलेशन है क्या? भाई हिसार 6-7 साल के लिए रहे थे. Just after when we came from Germany. Which Indian shows do you watch? I don't know. I don't watch any Indian games, Indian series. I've heard from people that this Sacred Game is a good series. I haven't watched it yet. It's like, how would you compare it with regards to Game of Thrones? Like, just put it in some context. I'm really interested. कुश पांडे, यस भारत, अब भारत के डिवाइड होना श्योर है. यस कोई डेवलपमेंट क्रिएटिविटी नहीं है, कोई सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट नहीं हो. Yeah, to be honest, like I don't really even want to talk about that thing, because it's just like completely stupid. People who love, people who really, yeah, people just have really differentiating opinions about this. Some people strongly believe that yes, we have reservation, what can you do? Like, first of all, they will try to defend. They will say, like, hey, this is because of casteism and things like that. And then afterwards, as soon as you come up with the argument, it is just going to go a different way. They're going to say, hey, we have the reservation now. What can you do about it? Nothing. And like, as soon as it is there, then what can you do? You can't do anything at all. Bhaiyon, gaaliyan dena is really not allowed. So as soon as somebody does that, he is going to be blocked from the channel. I've already done it. All right. Yeah, Kanishk, that's 100% true. Uh, all right. Bhardwaj Kulkarni, you think about a gap semester to do an internship and then come back for the second year. I think that's way better because I'm telling you, Bhardwaj, um, it is difficult. If you're done with your masters, you don't have any kind of work experience, you don't have any kind of internship, nothing. And then you try to come in the job market, nobody is going to take you. It is one of the most difficult things. I was watching this documentary today of a girl who, with 23, she's done with her bachelor's, with her master's in economics, and no company is taking her, none. And she's already like trying since 1 year. And the main reason is she doesn't have any kind of internship. She doesn't have any kind of relevant experience. So if you can get an internship, like definitely do it. Uh, 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 okay. Kak Obil made we war होने भाई नो आइडिया भाई नेशनैलिटी मिलती क्या जर्मनी की वहाँ वहीं पे सेटल्ड होना है तो भाई हाँ बिल्कुल मिलती है क्यों नहीं मिलती हर देश की मिलती है जहाँ पे रहता है all right what other questions do I have all right folks so anybody watch that Sacred Games thing I'm really curious because I have time now so I can like watch it and if it's good it could be pretty nice thank you bhai to solo much yeah? Okay, how are you, Ibrahim Kenwe? I'm doing great. The weather has cooled down a bit. All right, so we just have 8 more minutes. Then I'm going to shut the live session down. 8 more minutes. Okay. Archishman Roy. Hello, Bharat. If I remember correctly, you were supposed to go for an exchange program to Korea at this time, right? What happened to that? Yeah. I told you about it. The finances didn't really work out properly. I saved money since the last 6 months for this Korea thing, but then afterwards, I got this letter from the health insurance company, and they said like because I earned more than 450 euros per month, I have to pay 1,500 euros to the health insurance, and like 1,500 euros is not a lot. Like that was almost like half the money I saved for South Korea. And if you have to give that money away, like how can you even afford living there and like sustain the house here? So that's why I dropped the plan. And to be honest, it is like one of my biggest regrets. Like I really like 100% honestly regret this. I would have done anything else, like go to South Korea and just spend some time there, and like every time you go to a different country you grow as a person. So I like definitely believe in that, and going to South Korea would have been that thing for me. It just didn't work out right now, so maybe in the future, who knows, like opportunities come all the time. How's the dating scene in Germany? Dating scene, Indians get hooked up with Indians, Germans stay hooked up with Germans, Russians mingle with everybody. It's just a mess. You will come here, you will know for yourself. No need to discuss about it when you're here. Your favorite spot in Decrest? All right, now this is such a nice question. So my favorite spot in Decrest was, I think it still would be the park right next to the main gate, like in front of the VC building, like where the VC and like the administrative staff is sitting. There are a few trees, and also the times whenever our exams would happen. Before that, we would always sit there near the trees, and yeah, we will just talk about things. And I think that would be our most favorite spot. Most of the times, whenever it was winter and the sun would be coming out, we would just go there. We would chill out. We would just get some packets of chips and stuff like that. Yeah, so like I think that's my favorite spot. Maybe you can send me a photograph or something of that thing. All right, so Sankalp wrote to me, Sacred Games is way better than Game of Thrones, but they belong to two different genres. We can't literally compare them. But if you like Gangs of Wasseypur, just watch Sacred Games. All right, I think that's on my list now. I think that's what I'm going to do today. Actually, I wanted to put out that vlog for Barcelona now. All right, so Parv Bhardwaj, did you ever come in Language Pantheon Delhi? Yeah, Parv, that was my meetup happened there. The Delhi meetup happened there, and everybody in the institute was really nice. And to be honest, like in a time when most of the consultants in India or like the language teaching institutions are complete fraud, it was just really refreshing to see an institute which were doing their work really well. And I've seen people who has spent just 4 months and they have gone up 4 levels in German. 4.5 months. There's this student called Vishnu in our group. He also wrote about it. I think that's really interesting. I really like it. Coach Pandey, are you happy in Germany or not? Oh, I'm really happy in Germany. I am telling you, I wouldn't really exchange living anywhere else for Germany. I think it's just great. Everything is organized. People complain a lot. All right, that's fine. But then people also do something about it. The only thing I don't really like is the weather. But that, again, is regional. That is in Hamburg. I would rather go to south and, you have so much snow. You have mountains. You have nicer people. But again, it's again relative. Maybe I go to south and I say, hey, the people in Hamburg were nice or whatever. Nisarg Patel, thanks for all the informative videos. Well, the pleasure is all mine. Or is it? It was fun. Like I had time, I made videos. That was nice. Bhardaj Kulkarni, come to Munich for the Oktoberfest. I'll see. I don't know. Yeah. I just don't know if I will make. भाई साहब आज लोग खास तरीके से ब्लॉक हो रहे हैं चैनल पे. Alright, are you still going to the gym? No, I'm not. I'll make you remember all places by sending you pictures, man. Don't worry. That's really nice. Uh, right inside. Are you Arjun from Instagram? Are you happy in Germany or not more than India? All right. Yeah. All right. So the thing is, I love Germany because of the weather. Of course, it's better than in India. You don't have to sweat all the time, and you don't have to take the car everywhere. You can go around with cycles. Like I went 20 kilometers, like in total 40 kilometers today with cycle. And the thing is, like the battery of the bike isn't that great, so I just couldn't use properly. So I had to cycle, and because of no gears, it was just way harder. No. So what was the question again? I just like, yeah, so it was about the weather. So like you don't have to take any cars and stuff. So like this is something I really love. And also I think the only thing that disturbs me sometimes is like having friends around and like not having friends around and like food. Um, India was heaven in that sense. Like you have your friends around, you can just like open any door. Like the best part was living in the student hostels. You can just open the next door. There will be a friend waiting for you there, and that's it. You can just go and you can chill out. You can play some games. If you don't like doing anything, you can just go out and eat something. That was like really fun for me. So that is something I still miss. And I think that is something I will keep missing no matter what happens. But again, I think I'm happy in Germany, and I wouldn't really, yeah, I wouldn't really think about establishing my life in India. Things are too partial. It's too much stress. Sometimes, like you have to like fight everybody to like get your things done. So something like that. Dude, you can grow a killer beard. Yeah, the problem with that is as soon as I cut it, it will be like a baby face, and I don't want that. I would rather like just keep it like this. हर्षल लिखर कृपा होगी. हर्षल क्या हो गया? All right, how's the startup scene in Hamburg? I would in general say it's nice. Even TUHH, they have their own cell, which is called TU Tech, and the only thing they do is like they're promoting their startups. If somebody needs funding, they're doing that. If there are people who have a startup who need space in the building, they also allow them to have some kind of, you know, an address that they can show. I think in general, like even like TU Hamburg is very supportive, and Hamburg in general, like being the second largest city in Germany, there are a lot of startups, a lot of struggling companies who feel like there could be something, and if you like want to work with any of them, I think like that is that could be interesting because you never know what kind of company succeeds. If there's a failure, of course, it is also huge, but I think in general, like Hamburg is a great place for that. Like Berlin, Hamburg, I think Munich too. For Munich, you can also, but I think in Munich it's more about more traditional companies, the bigger companies, rather than the newer and um, agile ones. All right, I think let's kill the session, guys. Project management in Germany, Bharat, bhai. Pratik, project management isn't like in generally most of the times it's not offered as a specific course. It is always like intertwined with management part. So it's hard that you will get a job only for project management. Companies rather make project management as a complementary task so that if they hire you for something, project management is going to be a part of it. Aryan Aryabhatta Hall and the internet here in Aryabhatta halls in university sucks, so your video is lagging. And they like, but Aryan, why are you living in student hostel? Let's talk on the Instagram about this. This is interesting. Um, all right, guys. So I'm sorry for the short time, but I think it's time to go now. Um, Last days of summer. I also have to help Alina with some stuff. But anyways, if you have any like important questions, because I'm telling you, most of these questions you can really just search on Google and you will figure it out. Like it's not really big. If there's something really important, you can write it in the comments, and I will definitely try to answer them now. But right now, just have a great weekend. Um, we will be having Alina's grandma's birthday on Saturday, so that will be interesting.